Worship as a military drill. Hello, I'm Malcolm Cox and welcome to the Sunday Sample of episode 72. Today I bring you a thought from a book I've been reading called Glittering Vices by Rebecca DeYoung. There's a section in the book where she talks about worship, in fact quoting a friend of hers, who says this: "A friend once described worship as like a military drill. It's not meant, first of all, to be personally uplifting in each and every instance, but rather to discipline us and equip us so that we can respond immediately and appropriately in battle or a crisis." In the context of the book, she's talking more about personal devotional times, but I think whatever works in our personal devotional times has application in our collective corporate worship. And I wonder what you thought about this idea that our times of worship are to help us prepare for the battles ahead, for the battles in the day ahead, the weeks ahead, so that we're ready to respond, as the quote is here, to respond immediately and appropriately in battle or a crisis. So when suddenly somebody says something to us at work that is unkind, how do we respond? When something we get made redundant, when we have a row with someone we love, our spouse, or we have difficulty with our children, or we have some bad news about health. When these things come up, the way that we respond can be informed by and strengthened to respond more appropriately, spiritually, by our collective worship. And here's the thing, I often think when I'm together at church with my friends and thinking about the worship, that I hope it's strengthening, I hope it's encouraging, I hope it's comforting, I hope it points us toward God. But do I think about it as like a military drill, as something that helps train me in my thinking? I wonder what you think about this. In what way might this shape the way we do our times of corporate worship? I don't remember where I read it first. I think it might have been in Henry Creed's book, Worship the King, and I've just been looking for it and can't find it, but it's in here somewhere where he quotes somebody else talking about the fact that when we come together for collective worship, we shouldn't just be coming together to have a nice, warm, fuzzy time, but we should be the ushers. As people come in, should be handing out life jackets and crash helmets, because we're about to communicate with and connect with the God of the universe, with all of his power and might, and yes, all of his mercy and grace, but power, might, mercy and grace. Jesus came full of truth and love. So there's a warm, comforting side to our times of collective worship, but isn't there also a time of discipline, a time of training? What is it in our church services that is helping to train us into more appropriate ways of thinking? Definitely the preaching does that, but what about the music? What about the lyrics? What about the way we introduce songs, conclude them, or speak over them at times that might help people to get from the words of the songs into the heart, to help prepare them for the challenges of the days ahead? What do you think about this? I'd love to know. So please leave a comment. Leave it anywhere you hear or see this recording, but leave it publicly so that we can learn from each other, because we learn best when we learn in community. If you could leave a review, that would be wonderful. Pass the link on to anybody who might find it useful. And until the next time, I do hope that the next time you gather with all of your friends for a time of electric, powerful, military drilling, corporate worship, that you will find the presence of God with you, and you'll be able to worship the Lord acceptably with reverence and awe. Until the next time, take care and God bless.